All right, guys, we're back with the Phoenix Evo, Phoenix Evolution 2.6 meter configuration. We got navigation lights, red, green, white, and unfortunately only the stock decals, which are on the top and then on the fuse. I did do some white tape to cover up the joint in between the wings, so we'll see how this performs. This is going to be our first dark flight. And then we have our little markers for where the aftermarket decals are going to go, which I had forgotten we left on there. But those decals are going to be modeled after Andrew Newton, his design. So I'm sure you guys will like it. Got a beautiful sunset flight scheduled for you. And without further ado, oh, by the way, the timer, I need to change my timer. We've been flying the other day, and we are up to almost 12 minutes of flight time. So I'm gonna adjust my timer. I have it set to 5 minutes still. And with these sailplanes, you can really get a lot of flight time if you run the stock configuration in most cases. But this is a 2200 3S for 12 minutes in a big plane like this. That's huge. All right, here we go. That tail light's great.
Mm-hmm.
The wing lights, ooh, it blocks by the rudder and the tail assembly. Here we go. Into the gorgeous sunset. And as you can see, guys, the lights are favoring toward the bottom of the plane. Looks good, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry I'm blocking you. Coming over my left here, huh?
Yep.
Stock decals do look pretty good on there, don't they?
They do.
I'm surprised. I was thinking I would just hate them, but I don't.
I agree.
Sounds very quiet.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if I covered up those screws just enough that it's not whining anymore.
Hmm.
I do not like how the tail light disappears the way it's disappearing now. Okay, going right overhead this time. Actually, we'll go left again. Got a little rudder action there. Get it flipped over. Okay, I want to go up and do a snap roll. I was trying to do that the other day, and for whatever reason, I just didn't do it. Okay, we'll get a little altitude. Okay, here we go. Snap roll. Wow, my stabilizer might be a little bit too high, especially for how calm it is. What was that, camera crew?
Sorry. You can only anticipate your every move
by the way,
much.
stabilizer off. I've never showed you guys what this thing flies with. Stabilizer off right now. It's very much a very responsive plane. So that's without the stabilizer. Of course, it's dead calm right now.
Mm-hmm.
The elevator in particular is quite touchy when you shut that stabilizer off. But look at it, guys. It's not like it's jumping around. How beautiful is that anyway? Definitely a lot more responsive to the elevator input. And you know, that's not a big deal. All you got to do is just turn up your expo a little bit. But when you get used to the way a plane behaves and you start flying it that way, it's not necessarily a good or bad thing. Let's do a little upside down flight for the folks at home. About 15% throttle. Okay, we'll flip her back around. And here we go. Now, I never did get my snap roll in because it was all being stupid. Stabilizer was working so good. So here we go. We'll try for a snap roll here. Just gonna induce it. When it's dark, it looks a little bit aggressive. And I don't think I'm getting my snap roll right. I'm gonna try my snap roll over here. Here we go. It's just so dang big, it just lumbers. Is your focus finding a lot?
Yeah, a little bit. Changing light.
Shoot the moon here. I'm sure your camera will freak out for that. Hear that noise?
Yeah.
You know what that is?
What?
I think it's one of my decals.
Oh.
Must be peeling up a little bit. So did you see how aggressively it corrected there? That's kind of nuts. It's funny, it almost seems like early morning because the birds are chirping like it's morning. Maybe they're confused. Maybe they're jet lagged from their trip from Canada.
We're not coming from Canada, honey.
They aren't? Oh, that's right, they came from the south.
Wrong, yeah.
Dang it, South America. Or wherever they went. Wherever they went.
And somewhere warmer than here.
They didn't go to Canada to be cold?
Well, maybe they do.
They're called snowbirds. Sorry. I'm having to play Esteban's role today. No, Esteban, I'm going to catch the plane. So move over 10 steps. No, that's the wrong spot.
Left or right?
Both. This thing is so forgiving. And it'll yaw right now. It's kind of almost like, it's almost like one of those planes where it just flies too good. It's too good. It's too good for its own
Don't
good.
say that.
Wish those clouds are gone, man. They look pretty, but it's really sucking our sunlight. How was your mind reading on that?
What are you doing?
Pretty bad.
It was.
I'm sorry.
Not in
Usually
sync
pretty good
today.
about
I know.
reading my mind.
I have a lot of practice.
How come I'm not better at reading your mind?
I don't know.
Just gotta,
Need to work on that.
yes. Okay, I got the first message. You want another airplane?
Just thinking we found a picture of the first little foam glider that you flew at my parents' house today
You did?
before we got married. We'll have to post a picture for the people.
Oh, on
For-
Instagram?
Oh, we could.
Oh, that's crazy, guys.
Laura and I were looking at pictures of us.
You could get your inside scoop on
On our
Brian
super
Phillips
exciting
behind the
life.
scenes. How did you get to be the way you are?
No one knows.
Lots of effort. Okay, so I'm just curious, like, slowing it down. It's so dead calm right now, you know? So there's our full crow. I'm just kind of judging how fast it's moving. I'd like to catch it if I can, but Esteban, I need you to, I need you to be on one side or the other. But I want to be somewhere where the plane can drop away from me.
Okay.
And it's just tough when you're catching a plane. You really have to commit to it. I'm 4 minutes away from my timer, but look how bright it is. That's really good. Like, that would be too fast.
Yes.
But if I catch it toward the end of the wing, I can let it spin more. I wonder if I could just go around myself in a circle. You guys see what I'm talking about with the red, green? How you can see it for so many different angles. But the white is getting blocked a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that because you lose that one axis, that pitch axis. I'm gonna have to do some accommodations for that. Maybe I could do some, just, I don't know, maybe I'll just do another light on top or something.
Yeah.
Full landing flaps. See how much it ballooned there? I really need to try to correct that. That was like horrifically bad. Yeah, it slows down great though. It's like it doesn't know how to stall. This plane is like, yeah, you know, I just don't feel like stalling. I'm just not gonna do it. Okay, so there's our takeoff setting, which is more like regular flaps, and then here's our like landing flaps, no crow, toggling crow on and off. That would be how I would do it.
Pretty
and then
slow.
I would go down that hill.
Yeah.
If I bail
if you
on
miss.
the landing.
Yeah.
Because the ground effect will catch up with the plane if I come up the hill toward myself, you know. So extreme flaps, crow downhill toward myself. Ooh, it's a good speed.
I think you're gonna do it right then.
That was really geeky the way I caught that. But you know what, guys? Whatever gets the job done, that's what you do. So, without further ado, it's getting dark. About my only thing that I don't like is just this light gets blocked too much from the top. That's a bummer. Normally I would put it out here and you'd have a little bit less time where you're actually not able to see it. But like those are red and green, just look really good.
Yep.
I mean, you can see them for so long before the wing or the fuse blocks it. You see how quick it comes back? But what a great plane, guys. What a great plane. I can't say enough. Check the link below. It's a very economical plane. I think you can get this thing shipped to the US for like 110 bucks. And if you buy the 7-channel stabilizer that I buy, I think you're gonna be, what is it, like 30 bucks into it?
Yeah,
So you're
like
less
that.
than 150 bucks, guys. I didn't do anything special on this plane other than shorten the prop shaft. I added the lights. I mean, if you're gonna buy your own lights, you could do that, but that's not gonna cost you very much. And then of course the battery. I've got links to those. I think they're like between $15 and $20 depending on the time. And then stock ESC, stock motor, stock prop right now. I'm gonna probably go for a little bit bigger prop. And you can see where I mounted that Lemon RX 7-channel with stabilization. And one other real quick tip, guys, watch the lights. If you have a lot of trimming after you're done flying a plane, this is what you do. You have your stabilizer on-off button. Watch this, 3 times quick. Did it do anything?
Flashed.
Okay, that means it resets your home positions. So what that means for you is when you're flying this thing, if you have a lot of trim, and people are gonna say how many clicks it is. Nobody knows what the clicks are. Give me a break. Because every radio is a little bit different. There is a limit to how much trim you can have before the receiver perceives that as input from your thumb. Once you receive input from your thumb, the stabilizer fails to act on that axis. So you do have to occasionally straighten that out. And I encourage you to do it. Thanks for watching, guys. Come back for more. We'll have probably one more video on this. And then after that, slopes, or if we can find a slope. But we're going to show you how we do the decals on the bottom. Thanks for watching. Come back for more. Don't forget to like and subscribe.